Justin Baldoni's legal team has now released a new voice memo that he has sent to Blake Lively back when they were shooting It Ends With Us. And this voice memo is long, you guys. It is 6 minutes long. And we're going to get into what he had to say in this voice memo and how people are reacting to this being released. In order to understand the context of this newly released voice memo, we need to go back to Justin's lawsuit against Blake, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist, Leslie Sloane. In the complaint, he talked about how Blake wanted to have more and more control over the movie It Ends With Us, and how when it came to the rooftop scene in the film, Blake had written her own version of it and then showed it to him for review. And at a meeting at her penthouse that she lives in with her husband, Ryan Reynolds, Ryan was praising Blake's work apparently, and allegedly Taylor Swift was also there, also saying that she loved what Blake wrote. Now, the thing is, according to the complaint, Justin had originally told Blake that what she wrote was good and the final version would probably be a blend of what was originally written and what she had written, which she took offense to and went on a whole rant about her past experiences working on projects where her work was not seen the way that she wanted it to be, or she wasn't credited the way that she wanted to be. And she said this in text messages to him. And this was referenced in his complaint as it said, the draft of the rooftop scene that Lively sent Baldoni dramatically differed from what had been written originally. Baldoni was hesitant about many of the changes, but thanked Lively for her passion and diplomatically told her that the scene would likely end up being somewhere between the original version and Lively's version. I also want to insert that it is said in Justin's complaint that Blake did not even read the book. She didn't want to. It was just like a vision, I guess she had, that she didn't want to read the book in order to play the character. So it's interesting that she wanted to write the rooftop scene without having read the book, but anyway, the complaint continues. Seemingly stung by Baldoni's exceedingly mild resistance, Lively did not respond and went silent for multiple days. Later, she confirmed in a text message below that Baldoni's response, of course, didn't feel great for me, or another mega celebrity friend and Ryan Reynolds. To have my passion praised instead of my specific contribution. Lively was referring to an earlier meeting where Lively summoned Baldoni to her New York penthouse, where Baldoni was greeted by Ryan Reynolds, who launched into enthusiastic praise for Lively's version of the scene. However, hours later, as the meeting was ending, a famous and famously close friend of Reynolds and Lively walked into the room and similarly began praising Lively's script. Baldoni understood the subtext. He needed to comply with Lively's direction for the script. We also saw the specific text messages that Blake had sent Justin. He had first texted and said, "Great, also was working on rooftop scene today. I really love what you did. It really does help a lot, makes it so much more fun and interesting, and I would have felt that way without Ryan and Taylor. You really are a talent across the board. Really excited and grateful to do this together." Blake says that's very appreciated and means a lot. I'm deeply inspired by the film we're gonna make outside of the success of this book. We have such an opportunity to not only surprise people who love the book, but reach an even bigger audience by making an undeniably dynamic and also commercial film. The moment that excited me most the other day was when you said, "You're not funny. You are going to kill that rooftop scene. You know it, I'm sure." Even though it was said in a playful self-deprecation that we all participate in, it made me think of the process as a whole. Please know I trust that on the day you've got me, and I hope that you trust that I've got you if you want it. We're in this together, and we are two of the most determined people I know. We also have very high bars set for ourselves. To collaborate with that type of partner is a gift that neither of us will squander because we both care too much about the result and also the experience. I have no motives except for you to win as a director, as an actor, as a studio, as a writer. If you win, I win. If you win, our movie wins. We are aligned and I will bring everything I have to this. As for Ryan, and for that matter, I'm the luckiest on the planet to have them as my dance moms level stage moms. They are embarrassingly effusive. That said, they're also my most trusted partners and the people I go to first with anything creative I touch, and I'm the person they each go to first. That reciprocal creativity and support has been one of my life's greatest and most fulfilling gifts. When they loved and signed off on the pages, I felt good to send them to you. They asked what you thought specifically after. They checked in so many times. I told them you laughed a bunch and said it's probably a blend, but you appreciate my passion so much, which of course didn't feel great for me or them to have my passion be praised instead of any specific contribution, or even just that you didn't like the pages, which was fine also. So I think they wanted you and me to see how they felt about the work because they've been by my side for far too many experiences where I've been overlooked. I spoke to you about this when we first met. They've watched me handwrite scripts because the director is too afraid to send the FDX files, yet he scans and has someone hand type all 120 pages of my pencil rewrites. They've watched me be hired as a writer and paid a significant fee for it, but on the condition that I never ask for credit, which I could give an ish about. It's more the principle of the dynamics at play. They've watched the other side of it too, where I'm told at signing I'm wanted as a true collaborator, but once we get to work, I'm really just wanted as a yes man audience and actor. Both Ryan and have established themselves as absolute titans as writers and storytellers outside of their primary gig, just singing or acting or just directing. I'm so lucky to have them as creative barometers, but also to have them as the people who prop me up and make sure I'm seen for all I can and do offer, because they know firsthand all I contribute. They also know I'm not always as good at making sure I'm seen and utilized for fearing of threatening egos or fear of affecting the ease of the process. They don't give an ish about that, and because of that, everyone listens to them with immense respect and enthusiasm. So I guess I have to stop worrying about people liking me. If you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi, and like her, I happen to have a few dragons, for better or worse, but usually for better, because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine. You will too, I can promise. And now it's come out that a voice memo has now been released from Justin's legal team to the press, where we hear more about this conversation, as it seems after these texts from Blake, Justin sent her a voice memo where he is apologizing, it seems, for hurting her feelings about the script.
Hey, Blake. It is 2 in the morning. Hopefully this does not wake you up. Whew. Wow. There's so much I want to say to you, and I hope that we can FaceTime or see each other in person soon and get to talk more. But I'm just going to send you a few thoughts, and hopefully it's not going to be more than a few minutes, but I don't have the best track record. I don't think either one of us have the best track record for our voice memos. I want to start with an apology. Man, reading the second part of your message, my heart sank, and I'm really sorry. I for sure fell short, and you worked really hard on that, and the way you framed it, and how that made you feel. I just want to say thank you for sharing that with me. That takes a lot of trust and vulnerability, and I feel really grateful that you feel safe enough to tell me that that's how you feel and share that with me. And I'm really sorry. I fucked up. That is a fail on my part. One thing you should know about me is I will admit and apologize when I fail. I am far from perfect. I'm a very flawed man, as my wife will attest. And and I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. I'm gonna piss you off, probably, but I will always apologize. And then find my way back to center. That is one thing I can assure you of.
Justin goes on to be more apologetic about how she felt and addressed her friends supporting her, aka Ryan and Taylor, and that he didn't even need to hear from them because what she wrote was great, and he saw that, and he's just excited to creatively work with her on this project.
And I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That must have felt terrible. And I will for sure do better. That was not my best weekend, and I should have given it more time. And damn right, you got great friends if that's how you felt and they knew that. And fuck, we should all have friends like that. Aside from the fact that they're two of the most creative people on the planet. The three of you guys together, it's unbelievable. Talk about energy, just a force, all three of you. But I just wanted you to know that I didn't need that, because it's really good, and it's going to make the movie sing like you said, and I'm excited to go through the whole movie with you. I'm just excited to spend time with you. I'm excited to be in your sphere and your presence, and for us to share creative juices together, although that sounds terrible. I think you and I have been trying to build a relationship, which I think we've done successfully. I mean, here we are talking like this, me into my phone at 2 a.m, but largely via text and voice note. And I will be honest with you, that is not my biggest strength. I love being with people and being in somebody's space and being face to face, and I feel like that's where I excel, and definitely fallen short at times in our text and voice note exchanges because there's so much to communicate and there's so much happening, and all that to say, I'm just really looking forward to spending time together, and I think that's going to really go a long way for our chemistry, which I believe is there. Has been there from the start, so I was so damn excited when you wanted to do this film. I felt it in the room when we met, and yeah, I think it does come from the both of us being so hardworking and having a vision and not settling.
He later addressed how she felt working on other projects and apologized to her for what's happened creatively, and it seemed he really just wanted her to feel seen and heard from what she was telling him.
And I'm excited to have a creative partner in that with you, and it's just really exciting. There's so much more to say. There's so much I want to say. And there's one thing that I do need to say, which is I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with. It just pissed me off. I'm just still kind of blown away that this is the industry that we're in and that you've experienced that as a woman. And I know I don't need to say it, but that's not at all going to be or will be, and hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me like that I get to work with Blake Lively and have her, all of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no hesitancy with me sending you the final draft file. I am totally fine with that. The only reason I didn't send it today was because I was trying to implement and add your notes into my working draft, which is already, like, I'm all over that draft right now. So there's a whole bunch of new stars that are going to be collated pages. And I just haven't had a chance to send it to you. But there's no hesitancy. I'm happy to send it to you. And I'm sorry that has happened to you before.
He also explained how he wanted the movie to go and wanting to work with Blake on this and for this to be a healing experience for her of the past industry experiences. But obviously, from what we know now, it wasn't that way in the end.
And I hope after this experience, there will be a new, I don't know, I hope it'll be healing in some way. Because that's all I want. I want this movie to be healing. I want this movie to be commercial, just like you, and affect people and touch people. And I want to walk you through my whole plan and the work that we're doing with the domestic partner that we found no more, and just my vision. And I just know that this can be really, really special, and it's going to be special. And you're the secret sauce, and we're the secret sauce. And anyways, I have so much more to say. I'm going to stop rambling because Jesus Christ, it's been 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm sorry. You probably have kids all over you and a baby on your boob, and you're listening to me ramble at 2 a.m. I hope you're feeling better, and give Ryan my love. Thank you for sending me that. It means the world to me that you trust me with your feelings and your thoughts like that. And I can't wait to spend more time with you. Okay, I'm done cutting myself off. Good night.
So despite the fact that Justin wanted to avoid problems, it seemed, at least that's how it seems from the voice memo, that couldn't be farther from what actually ended up happening in real life, as we know that the filming of It Ends With Us could not have been messier. I mean, these two are now in a massive legal battle, and it's just gotten uglier and uglier by the week. It's just crazy to hear Justin talk to Blake in this voice memo about his intentions for how he wanted it all to be and see where things ended up. But I certainly want to know how you guys are feeling about what Justin had to say in this voice memo. He's clearly releasing it now to try and show the public that he was trying to be nice and cater to Blake's creative wants in the project, but he is alleging in his lawsuit still that she ended up taking over the film completely. There's a lot of people that are listening to this that are feeling bad for him. There's a lot of people that are also saying that they're a little creeped out by him sending this to her. They feel like it's long, and some of the things that he said, they just feel like a boss should not be saying this to an employee. Some people are defending Justin though and saying that he's defending himself by putting this out there. He's just being nice to Blake in this moment. But I want to know what you guys are thinking, because there's a lot of opinions out there online about this whole situation. Let me know what you guys are making of this voice memo. Tell me in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.